Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the Live Healthy Met Trees podcast. I'm Josh Nimmo. I'm your host here. And today we're going to dig into something that we haven't talked a lot about, but this is called burnout. And it's something that I see especially in my men over 40. And it's not just like this feeling of being tired or, from a tough week or needing an extra day off or whatever else. I'm talking about that slow grind that kind of just wears you down physically, mentally, emotionally, right? Until you just stop showing up. Right? Stop showing up for your workouts, for your nutrition, for yourself, for your family, right? So let's talk about why this happens. And then more importantly, how we can fix it. And so the first thing I see is that most guys are trying in their 40s, try to still train like they're in their 20s. And that's just not true, right? We feel like we're in our prime, but our body is telling us something different. And so we go all in, we do, 5 tough workouts in the week, try to PR all our lifts. We skip warm-ups. We, skip recovery and cool downs. We ignore our sleep. We're usually fueling with coffee or caffeine or energy drinks, right? And protein bars or protein drinks at this point. We kind of wonder why everything hurts and nothing changes. Yep. And the truth is our body just, isn't doing the same thing. It's not broken. It's just, we need to update our game plan a little bit. And so what used to work doesn't always work anymore. And it's not because you're failing. It's just because that's biology. That's the way things happen as we age. So the solution is to train a little smarter and not just harder, right? We need to prioritize our strength training and our movement quality. Okay, so that means mechanics and technique. We need to know when to push and when to recover. We need to do more with our sleep, our hydration, our protein intake, walking, right? Mobility. All of that stuff matters just as much as how much weight we're moving in the gym. The second thing I see is that a lot of times we're just carrying too much stuff. Doesn't mean like the groceries. It means that most of us are just juggling a lot of things in life right now. We have our careers, our trying to be leaders in our family, you know, managing finances and marriage and kids and aging parents maybe, right? That take away, and so a lot of that demand goes up, and we just start to put ourselves on the back burner, and so the time we have for ourselves begins to shrink, and so then we have to really be more intentional around that time. Okay, we get on autopilot, and so we're reacting instead of planning. And so one of the things there is just reclaiming our time, setting some boundaries. We don't need 90-minute workouts anymore. We don't need perfect macros. We need a realistic plan and something that kind of fits our life and helps us stay consistent over just flying by the seat of our pants, if we will. Okay, the third thing I see, and I'm really guilty of this, is that we're doing it alone. Isolation, right? I'm not a very good guy at building friendships, and I don't train a lot with a lot of other people. I'm kind of doing it on my own. I follow my own programs or whatever else. Very seldom I follow somebody else's. But then all of a sudden, like, I'm just kind of, my motivation might dip, and I don't have anyone doing the same stuff with me sometimes to kind of keep me going. I don't have a coach. I don't have accountability. And I don't really have a sense of community. And so when that happens, it's just kind of a recipe for us to kind of burn out on what we're doing. Like, we need people. Guys need guys, right? We need coaches, right, to understand where we're at in our life and who can help us adjust our training. Who's going to call us out when we're ghosting our workouts or whatever, right? And honestly, we just need other people who got to get it, right? Not only in the workout stuff, but also in life. Okay. Other men that are showing up, that are fighting for better health, that are balancing work and life and aging the same way we are. And that's kind of where that long-term change happens. So kind of some final thoughts here. Burnout, by the way, does not mean that you're weak. It doesn't mean that you aren't doing things right? It just means that you've been running too hard for too long and without a plan that really fits your life. So here's my challenge to you. We got to update the game plan. And so a couple of things. One is prioritize recovery as much as we're prioritizing our training. Okay. Stop trying to outwork your stress with more workouts, by the way. I'm guilty of that, right? Ask for help, get a coach, get a training partner, whatever it may be, but like, ask for help, get somebody alongside of you. And that's the other thing too, is like surrounding yourself with a community of men who are in this fight with you, right? And that can be at your local gym. That could be, a dad's group on your baseball team, whatever else, right? You don't have to age fragilely. Okay. You don't have to accept the slow decline. You don't have to burn out. We got to be able to rewrite that story a little bit and rewrite a plan that fits and is right for you. Okay. So if you're tired of burning out, you're ready to kind of feel strong and energized, and you want to be in control here, again, right? That's what I do. That's what I do on a daily basis with other men. So I'd love it if you booked a free consult with us. I'll put the link in the show notes, and we can build a plan that kind of works better for your life and go from there and help you avoid burning out. So, hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. I know this was kind of really directed towards the dudes today, but I think this can happen a lot to our ladies as well. But thanks for tuning in to Live Healthy Metro East, and I will see you next time.